Airbnb is a stock that we've been focusing on very heavily in TradingView over the last couple of weeks because they had really bad earnings. Really bad earnings. The stock has been relatively weak compared to everything else in the market. And yesterday, when you had this big breakout day in the overall market, that pulled Airbnb up with it. It pulled everything up with it. Stocks that have been relatively weak for the last couple of weeks, like Roku, Airbnb, these are stocks that are not strong stocks right now. You take a look at a stock like Roku, right? You can see Roku, very, very weak stock over the last couple of weeks. We made really good money shorting Roku in the month of May. And look, even yesterday, you see the green candle there yesterday, Roku got pulled up with it. Today, right back to the downside. Same thing with Airbnb. Airbnb, weak stock after really bad earnings, got pulled up yesterday with the overall market. And then today, right back to the downside. So our target today on Airbnb was to be short this stock. All right. We wanted to be short Airbnb. And I'll go to a 3-minute chart for you guys. This was trade of the day for us. Right off the opening bell, Airbnb drops like a rock. All right, drops like a rock. And this is what really gave me the confidence to pull the trigger on this trade. And the lesson I'm going to go over with you guys right now is all about relative volume. So for those of you that are not members of True Trading Group, one of the things that you'll learn a lot as a member is how to analyze volume with specific price action to determine who is in control of this market. Are bears in control? Are bulls in control? How do you know a pullback into a support level is not just going to bounce? How do you know the support level is going to break? Those are the questions that everybody always has. You hear traders talk a lot about, oh, support's here, resistance is there. Well, how do you know when the support level is going to break or hold? Understanding volume analysis and relative volume compared to previous price action is a huge window into the momentum of a particular stock. And the volume today in Airbnb is what gave me the confidence I needed to pull the trigger short. We actually initially did not get the first entry point. This was my second entry point that I looked for Airbnb. As soon as we dropped like a rock right off the opening bell, we tried to be short back here, back up at 110. And you can see the stock never bounced back up into 110. We just rolled over. So I said, okay, so you know what? I'm not going to chase the stock. You're dropping right down into an area of support. And we found support right down here at 107.50. Okay, now this is a level of support. You guys can see this all very clearly. Okay, now take a look. Support, that's today's lows. Right? Previous little pivot right there on the 17th. Previous high of the day right there on the 16th. So that's why I'm saying, okay, I'm not going to short the stock now at 107 and 108 because this is a level of support. But the volume analysis tells me the chances are this support level is going to break because the volume analysis tells me that the bears have complete control over this stock. Volume analysis relative to prior price action is very important. Today is a day where Airbnb does not have earnings. Today is a day that Airbnb does not have some massive piece of news catalyst that is impacting the price of the stock. This is the sellers taking back control after yesterday the stock breathed to the upside because the whole market rallied yesterday and rising tides lift all boats. But as soon as the overall market stopped rallying and the market went sideways today with a little bit of a pullback, Airbnb goes back to showing its true colors. What I want you to focus on the bottom of my screen, and I'll make it bigger so you guys can see it more clearly, is the relative volume to the price action this morning. If you are to look back over the last 3 trading days, you will see that at no point ever throughout the last 3 trading sessions did you have volume bars that were greater than 200,000 shares on a 3-minute chart. At no point did you have 300,000 or anything more than 200,000 share volume bars? Not once. This morning, though, look at the volume bars that come in this morning. That looks like the Burj Khalifa. That's exactly what that looks like. Look at the difference in that volume compared to the previous 3 trading days. Now, what is the price action that is associated with that volume? Let's take a look. As you zoom in, you can see the share price went straight down. No bounce attempt, no buying pressure, just a mass aggressive liquidation off the open. It takes you right down into a level of support. So we wait out for the bounce. And we talked about this inside True Trading Group, and I called this out to members. I tell members what I'm going to do before I actually do it. You guys don't have to worry about trying to chase trade alerts. I told everybody in chat, guys, on Airbnb, because I missed the first entry for the short. I didn't miss it. We just never got it. So 110 was our first entry where we had orders to get short. We never got it. So I said, okay, guys, 109, watch for a bounce back to 109 and then a failure, and look for the stock to continue lower and make new lows. This is exactly what we talked about inside True Trading Group before I ever even entered the trade. True or false, members? I came on the mic. I said, guys, watch 109 fail back towards 108, the short, roll it over, make new lows. That was the whole game plan on the Airbnb trade. Members can just say true or false. I know if you're a viewer, you're not a member, you're not in chat, so there's no way for you to verify what I'm telling you is actually true or accurate. But I'll let members of True Trading Group comment and tell you true or false if that is or is not what took place during the trading session when I said look for Airbnb to 109, short, and then roll it over. Okay. So what happens? We pop up right to 109. And as we pop up to 109, I just step in and I get short, just like we said. Right? That was the whole game plan. We're going to step in and we're going to get short. Okay. Right here at this, we're going to get short right here on this push through VWAP, and then look for the stock to roll over and fade. The volume on this move to the upside was very light. So now what you would typically want to see, again, this goes back to relative volume analysis. You see when the share price starts to move to the upside, well, was there an increase in volume that is accompanied with that? Look at this. Share price moved to the upside, but look at these volume bars here. That is not a definitive or convincing turnaround. That's not a convincing turnaround compared to the volume pressure that came in when the stock sold off relative to the volume over the last several days. That tells me this is still a weak stock. It tells me that the momentum is still to the downside. It tells me that selling pressure is not yet finished. So we went ahead and took that trade for the short. Members got in the May 26 expiration, 108 strike put at around $2 a contract, around 197, 195, $2, depending on where you took your entries. So some people got in 195, some got $2, 205, 197, but that was the entry for the trade for the short. And then what happens later in the day, the stock rolls itself over and just continues to make new lows as the sellers take back control of the stock and roll this thing over and break it down through the low of the day. So remember, this was the support level that we said earlier. Now you see the support level here. Now you're going to have a lot of traders will say to you, oh, well, there's a support level here on Airbnb. Yes, they are correct. But you as the trader that's trying to make money, that's why we're all here. You as the person trying to make money, how do you know? Do you buy in front of that support level and expect the stock to move back to the upside? Or how do you know that support level is going to break? And if it does break, you get a lot more follow through to the downside, because when a support level breaks, you get the panic sell and it takes the share price takes you further to the downside. How do you know which side of the trade to get yourself on? These are the answers to help you identify the right side of the trade to be on. This is the stuff that you're going to learn as a member of True Trading Group. I'm not sitting here telling you I have some special super top secret chart pattern that nobody in the world knows but me. I have some special super top secret AI indicator that Wall Street doesn't want me to share with you, but I'm going to share with you. No, I'm going to be giving you guys professional analysis, professional education, similar to what I learned when I worked at a hedge fund in New York. This is how you identify whether or not bears are in control or bulls are in control, so you can be on the right side of the trade. It's hard enough for a lot of people that are new traders to figure out where do I buy and where do I sell, never mind being on the wrong side of the direction. It's a lot easier to swim downstream than it is swimming upstream. Let the momentum of the market take you to where you want to go, which is profit.